Hey there, and if you've got Apple stock in your portfolio, you're going to want to stick around for every single second of this video because there is a date you absolutely need to circle on your calendar right now, June 18th. So let's talk about why this particular date is generating so much buzz among Apple investors and what it could potentially mean for your wallet. Apple, as you probably already know, is one of the most closely watched companies on the entire planet. When Apple sneezes, the entire stock market reaches for a tissue. And right now, investors are laser-focused on this upcoming date like it's the season finale of their favorite show. June 18th is shaping up to be a significant moment for Apple shareholders, and here's why you should care. This date is being flagged by financial analysts and market watchers as a key inflection point for Apple stock. Now, whether you're a long-term holder who's been riding the Apple wave for years, or someone who's been sitting on the sidelines thinking about jumping in, this is the kind of event that can genuinely move the needle. Think about what Apple has been doing lately. The company has been navigating a pretty complex landscape: AI integration into its product ecosystem, the ongoing rollout of Apple Intelligence features, competition heating up in the smartphone market, and regulatory pressures coming from multiple directions across Europe and beyond. All of these factors have been swirling around the stock, creating both uncertainty and opportunity for savvy investors. What makes June 18th particularly interesting is that it sits at a moment when the market is already hypersensitive to any Apple news. We're talking about a stock that carries enormous weight in major indices like the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. When Apple moves, it doesn't just affect Apple investors, it affects pretty much everyone with money in the market. That's the kind of gravitational pull we're dealing with here. Now, analysts who track Apple closely have been pointing to this date in relation to potential announcements, product developments, or market events that could catalyze the next major move in the stock price. And here's the thing about Apple: the company has this incredible ability to surprise people. Just when Wall Street thinks it has Apple figured out, Tim Cook and the team come out with something that reshapes the conversation entirely. For the long-term bulls out there, the fundamental story around Apple remains compelling. The services business continues to be a cash-generating machine. The installed base of Apple devices is enormous, and those users are deeply embedded in the Apple ecosystem. That's recurring revenue, and Wall Street absolutely loves recurring revenue. The wearables category, the App Store, Apple TV Plus, these are all pieces of a puzzle that, when you step back and look at the full picture, paint a pretty attractive portrait. But here's what every smart investor knows: even the best companies in the world go through periods of turbulence, and timing matters. June 18th could represent exactly the kind of catalyst moment that defines the next chapter of Apple's stock story in 2025. So what should you actually do with this information? Well, first and foremost, do your own research. Talk to your financial advisor if you have one. Look at your risk tolerance and your investment timeline. Don't make any rash decisions based purely on a date circled on a calendar. But do pay attention. Watch what happens around June 18th, follow the news closely, and understand that moments like these are when informed investors tend to separate themselves from the crowd. Because at the end of the day, in the world of investing, the people who win aren't necessarily the smartest, they're the ones who were paying attention when everyone else was looking the other way.